This is called an uncapping tray. And you rest your frame of capped honey on the uprights, and then you can slice off the wax with this long knife to open up the cells before it goes in the honey spinner. Then the frame is turned, and you do exactly the same on the other side, removing all the lovely fresh white wax cappings that have sealed the cells and sealed in the honey, so that would keep indefinitely in the hive for the bees until they wanted to eat it. So this is the honey extractor or spinner, and the uncapped frames slide in like this. This is only a 4-frame extractor, but you can get up to 20 plus frame extractors. This is a manual one that involves me cranking a handle, and you can also get electric ones, which are much less effort. If you look at the bottom there, you can already see a load of lovely honey with wax particles in it that has been spun out of the frames I've done already. So all 4 frames now loaded in, ready to go. I cannot tell you how wonderful the smell coming up from all this lovely honey is. It's absolutely incredible. All that's left to do is slide the lids in place and then start spinning. Slowly at first, because the frames are heavy and you don't want the actual weight of the honey to blow the frames out. Fairly controlled spin in one direction, and then I'll do the same in the other direction, and then I'll go full super speed to try and get all the honey out once they're slightly lighter. Okay, now in the other direction, I'm not going to take it up too fast. It's actually a wind blowing up here, a honey-scented wind. There we go. Amazing. Wonderful smell. So you get to a point in the spinner when there's so much honey that it gets tricky to turn because the lugs of the frames are sticking down into the gloopy gloop. And that means it's time to empty it through the honey gate into a settling tank. At this point there are pieces of wax in the honey because it's just been spun out of the frames. Bits of wax break off, wax pieces from the uncapping process, and so it goes through this coarse sieve, and underneath is a finer sieve. In there. And that is a settling tank. So when they come out of the honey spinner, the frames are pretty light and empty. Now, the reason we want to spin the honey out and not just crush the wax on the frames and get it out, which you can do in a honey press, is that actually drawn comb is a very valuable commodity. It takes the bees something like 7 or 8 times the amount of resources to draw wax than it does to make nectar. So if you can offer them back a frame that has still got most of the cells drawn out on it, and they can reuse, then that is a very good deal for the bees. They don't have to draw out lots and lots of new comb. Just need to correct myself there. Obviously the bees don't make the nectar, the plants and the flowers do that, but they do collect it and they do bring it back to the hive, and they do store it in the cells, and they do fan it to reduce the water content and turn it into honey, and then they cap it. So the design of the uncapping tray is very handy. As you can see, it had the frame to prop your frame of comb on, but also this is a perforated stainless steel tray so that honey can drain from the cappings into the tub below. So if I lift the corner of this, you have a tray of extra honey, and a plastic tub has a honey gate on it. You can get the honey out easily. So here I've got all the cappings in a sieve, which I'll leave probably overnight, and the honey can drip down into that jug or the bottom of the pan. Just reclaim every bit possible, and then the cappings themselves you can do something marvellous with gin, but I'll come to that in a different video. So all in all, lots of stickiness and a busy afternoon extracting honey, all to get this jar of gloriousness, and the taste is incredible, so absolutely well worth it.